Hello and welcome to Glenn ZB TV for Wednesday, the show that puts Glenn ZB into your virtual headset. Yes, I'm bringing New Zealand to the world and the world to New Zealand. And Israel. The guy, not the country. Israel, it's on. Chiefs halfback Brad Weber has taken to Twitter to slam Israel Folau for writing on Instagram that gay people will go to hell unless they repent for their sins and turn to God. Weber has tweeted, "It was kind of sick that players stay quiet on the issue." He says he has a cousin and auntie who are gay. I think there's the two different people. I don't think his cousin is his auntie, although this is a Chiefs player we're talking about, so as somebody who comes from the Waikato, I can understand how those things can happen from time to time. Anyway, his cousin and his auntie are both gay, and to think that he plays against someone who says they'll go to hell for being gay disgusts him. So, yesterday I suggested that really the way to deal with Israel Folau is to tackle him extremely hard on the field. Now, unfortunately, the only problem with Brad Weber is that he's a halfback, and he, A, possibly can't catch up with Israel Folau, and B, even if he did, would possibly just get fended in the face and end up on his ass. So ideally, I would now like Brodie Retallick to come out and say something about Israel Folau, and possibly Sam Cane, and then the Chiefs to just sort of gang mark Israel Folau when they take on the Waratahs next month. Basically, we need to hurt Israel Folau is what I'm saying. Is that hate speech? Sort of. Because I kind of hate Israel Folau after what he said, to be honest. Now, we've got beer backlash, apparently. Because Hickey Beer. Hickey. It's only 4 letters, Glenn ZB. How hard is it to pronounce? Apparently, David Rankin is annoyed at Hickey Beer because Ngāpuhi Chief Hone Hickey was a guy. And you can't go naming people after married chiefs, apparently. You can't go naming beer after married chiefs. But Mark Hindmarsh from Hickey Beer says that it's named after the Waiheke Brewing Company. So it's short for Waiheke. Anyway, the point is, if the beer is awesome, I think they are allowed to call it whatever they want. So what I'm saying is, send me some of this beer. I will try it until I'm satisfied that the beer is indeed awesome. And then I'll make my ruling. I think that's fair for everybody. I'm not into this. The night noodle markets are hitting Wellington this week. This is after they were in Christchurch. And they went through 27.5 tons of waste in Christchurch. So the organisers this year have introduced the Globalit. This is a recyclable cup. And it's not actually. I looked it up because I wanted to make sure that they'd spelt it correctly. It is Globalit. But what it is it's not recyclable. It's reusable. They wash them. And they go again. Ugh, at a food festival? Are you serious? I'm not into that. But, in saying that, maybe I am reusable. Because Tier Fund have put out the Ethical Fashion Guide. And they've said that 110 companies have received grades on their ethical fashion practices. With 3 of the 5 highest rated brands from New Zealand. So that's good. I misunderstood what this meant. I thought that this was about making clothes out of recycled materials. And that's how you get to be ethical fashion. So I had this great joke about how I keep reusing this shirt. And I have done for years. But it turns out that it's all to do with exploiting children by making them work in sewing factories for 16 hours a day. So that joke was never going to work. I really should have probably taken that out of this episode of Glenn ZB TV and replaced it with something else. Too late now. I am Glenn ZB. Thank you so much for having me in your virtual headset. See you back here again tomorrow.